Hey, this is Chuck, and you are listening to Fans with Bands, the podcast where we talk to the fans and the bands they dig about life, music, and whatever the hell else we want to talk about. Today on Fans with Bands, we are talking to Hate Unbound. Check it out. Hey, this is Chuck with Fans with Bands, and I am talking to Daryl, Deanna, Art, and Foot from Hate Unbound, and a fan in Deli. How you guys doing?
What's up?
Good, man. What's up?
Hey,
All right.
It's great to see you guys virtually and get to talk to you. So Deli, I kind of start off like most of the shows with the fan in that. How did you become a fan of Hate Unbound?
I became a fan mostly through my association with knowing Foot and Daryl and Art. And I have not had the pleasure to meet Deanna just quite yet, not in person anyway, but I have been kind of in and out of the scene for a few years, kind of doing this project or that project, did Society Hostile, did AFR, and I've been kind of in between bands because I'm an asshole and nobody really likes me in their band. So that's how and of course, Will, I just recently had the pleasure to meet a few months ago as well. But I think they're one of the best metal bands out there, pretty much. And well, I should say still are. It's just because of this stupid goddamn pandemic. Right. And I think they're one of the best bands out there.
Yeah, I agree, man. And so guys, I got to congratulate you on the new album, Darkness Becomes All. It's fucking so awesome.
Oh, how cool, dude. Yeah.
Thanks.
That's awesome.
I love every tune on it, like the intensity, I think your songwriting is gotten, I loved Plague, and then I heard this album and I was like, fuck, I mean, it's just so goddamn good. So I'm curious, like, when you guys, what do you think of how this album compares to Plague, or like the early EP stuff you guys did?
Plague I liked. I didn't love that one. That was more of a compromise for me, which isn't a bad thing. You're a part of a team, but the new one, Darkness Becomes All, like reflects like our writing with Foot now. So it's obviously improved because of that. Also, we've kind of taken a small shift of where we've gone stylistically.
Right.
So I love it. And, and we even have a small set of new songs that are, to me, even a tier above Darkness Becomes All for songwriting and everything. It just keeps getting better, and now Deanna's helping out with songwriting. So we're starting to pick up even more momentum there. And, so, I mean, I won't even listen to Plague. We might play one song from it live. But other than that, yeah, I mean, the new stuff is it for me. And I just love the hell out of that stuff. So
awesome. So, I mean, is it pretty much taken over the set list then? Or are you doing some of the older stuff too? Because I still like Plague, but I do think that your songwriting on the new album is just superseded it in all respects.
Indeed. Yeah, the new stuff's taken over the set. We'll play one or two old ones, and once in a while I'll throw in a cover to mix things up for people. But yeah, it's all new stuff.
So what is I've always kind of wondered, like, what is the songwriting process like for you guys? Do you is it like are you, I think of like an old school band that still gets together in a jam room and puts together their music, or is it kind of new school where people are like, I've got a riff, I email it over to Foot puts drums on it, somebody else comes in and says, oh yeah, that sounds cool, I'm going to add some more stuff?
Nope. All in the room. Every week we get together in Daryl's basement, and then shit just happens randomly.
Is your mic in a shoebox?
Yeah, it's your
Are you leaving this planet in a rocket ship, dude?
I might be.
I'll take the double cheeseburger.
Is it sucky? Does my mic suck?
It did.
Sucky. Is it better now?
Here, try that response again.
Yeah.
All right.
the double cheeseburger is perfect.
Yeah. You want an apple pie with that?
What were you saying, Foot?
we all meet in Daryl's basement and see what shakes out every week.
Awesome. And so, like, where do you like? Where's the inspiration from? Because I've met you guys, and it's the same with a lot of metalheads. You've got typically very cool, like laid back personality, but then when you get into the music and you start listening to that music, you're like, this is like a different person, So what is the inspiration for the metal that you guys make?
Well, lyrically, mine is like sometimes current events, things going on with life in general, and then a lot of movies I write about, that gory stuff.
Yeah.
But
is that where
lyrically how they come along?
Is that where why won't you die?
Hey, that's a zombie song. Like Daryl's like, let's do a zombie song. I'm like, all right, cool. Like, yeah, that's where I came from. And Will put together some really cool licks on that, and it came out really cool.
Musically, we kind of feel everything. It's like a lot of bands. It's one part band. It's another part drinking club for most of us. So, we typically fueled by alcohol, and at least for me, like for writing riffs, they kind of follow what I'm into at the time. So that always changes. Like there's a song, "Becoming Darkness," which is one of the slower ones on now, but it's probably one of my favorites. It was kind of inspired by my friends in Centenary, the local band who play, because I used to jam in a band with Al on vocals as well, and I went and seen him, and I just kind of went home with this idea in my head after catching him, and I was like, all right, and that song came from that, and that's just a gentle way of saying I ripped it off from them.
Awesome.
I kid.
You'd be amazed how much stuff happens just by accident or organically, if you want to call it that. Like there'll be a conversation happening between like two people in the band, and someone else over here will be noodling or just kind of dicking off, and then someone else will hear it and go, play that again, and then 2 hours later it's a 30 riff song. 30 and that happens a lot. 2 hours later it's a 7-minute opus.
And another thing is, like, if I come home after hockey for practice and I'm obliterated drunk.
Yeah.
Those are best. Those are fun.
I probably have like
best.
I probably have like 40 riffs that I'm just like throwing at everybody, and it just drives everyone crazy. Like, wait, there's one more, and I just keep going.
I love it. Erratic drunk songwriting Daryl is my favorite.
Dude, I second that, man. It's like the best practice ever.
Yeah. Definitely. So many ideas. Just keep. All right. Can I just work this riff out first, man? Slow down a second.
Next.
Oh, that's like a five-piece right there.
And then we can go like this. Are we gonna go back to that first riff? No, fuck that riff. Let's do this.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's bad.
What's the chorus? Fuck a chorus. We don't. Screw your structure.
We need another riff. So what I'm hearing,
we just throw structure out the window.
Yeah, I was going to say, it sounds like the formula for like really great technical death with a groove is to play hockey and get fucked up.
Exactly right.
My secret is out. Yeah.
And to every week try a different beer we've never heard of ever. I don't know why we don't showcase that more. We should go.
Oh, so
yeah,
you guys should. If I'm going to plug my buddy Matt from Cryptopsy, if you listen to his podcast, it's all about metal and beer, Vox and hops.
Oh,
yeah, that's all he.
Vox and hops.
Yep, he interviews.
That sounds awesome.
He interviews metal bands and talks to them about metal and beer. So you gotta check it out.
Well,
yeah,
we gotta book that one next then.
Yeah, exactly. I'll hook you up with him. He's a cool dude. So Deli, I don't want to take over the whole thing. And Mike, if you can hear us,
yeah, I got my work now.
All right, cool. Hey, Mike, how are you?
Hi, Mike.
There he is.
What's up, guys?
What's up, man?
What's up?
Yeah. So Mike, I'm gonna flip it over to you. How did you become a fan of Hate Unbound?
Well, I played in a band called The Vanity, name dropping, right? And so I saw them a couple times at our shows, and we played gigs with them, and they're fucking fantastic. So, and they're like a great group of guys, always nice, and so that's just kind of how I got it, over the years, basically, just playing with them, and I really dig the new album. It's totally fucking awesome, by the way. So
Thanks, Mike.
Cool.
The check's in the mail, Mike.
yeah, for sure.
So part of what Fans and Bands is about is letting the fans talk to the bands and ask their questions. So I'm going to flip it over to Deli. Do you got any questions for these guys?
Oh shit! Put me on
I
the
know.
spot, eh?
Fucking get on it, dude.
Please pick on Art.
Okay, I will have to ask just because from one musician to a group of them, and this could be for all of you guys. But what is the most memorable concert? It could be good or bad or embarrassing, but what is the one concert experience in Hate Unbound that you have personally experienced? Like it could be during the show, after the show. Was the one thing that always will stick, no matter how much you try to repress that memory? What is that one thing that, like something that you ate before a show that maybe didn't agree with you on stage, or just a great show, or a big free-for-all brawl that happened? I was just curious of that one moment that stands out.
So for me, it was before we played a show in Toledo a few years ago. We were setting up, and it was poorly lit, and they had this tiny little set of steps going up the side, the little type stage. And Art knows what happened. I was setting up, and I fucking fell off the fucking stage, and like as I was falling, I like grabbed a wall. So I like fell in slow motion because I was kind of like holding onto the wall. It was so terrible. Luckily, only a few people saw it, but that's one of the funnier moments. And since Will's not here, I'm going to speak for him. When we did that 2-week tour for Plague after it came out, when we were playing somewhere, I think in Wisconsin, we had Culver's earlier in the day, and Will shit his fucking pants on stage while we were playing. And everybody that was at the front of the stage, went outside to smoke after he did that. They were like, "Fuck this! It smells."
Well, like I'd rather have cancer than smell his ass.
Yes.
Oh my God.
I remember that. That's the worst ever.
We did.
I was hoping one of you guys had a shit or a bad fart during the traveling story. I'm just weird like that.
That's the whole.
God bless.
That's the whole last few years. My biggest. We talk about this every time we do any interview or anything. My first show with the guys was at the Full Terror Assault.
That's right.
Oh,
on like 2-week notice, and it was the hottest fucking place on earth.
Yes.
And we pretty much partied for 3 days, and the only way to get to town to get anything was a 20-minute shuttle that you had to take. I think Philibus was driving the shuttle. I don't know if you know Phil.
Yep.
So they gave me a bunch of money and said, "Here, go get as much water as you can get from the store." And so I came back like an hour and a half later or whatever, and I only bought beer with all the money, and I brought 0 waters.
And he drank most of those beers.
And I drank most of the beer. And Will discovered a 4-year-old Juggalo pond beer, drunk swimming with our friend Drunk Jesus. That was also awesome. that whole weekend should be its own interview for real.
Yeah. That was
time out there.
I was there, and that was fucking
Yes.
crazy. Yeah.
The storm of the century happened. It was awesome.
Yeah. Holy shit. That was crazy as fuck. And then, it was just hot as balls all the time.
All the time.
Yeah. That was fun. That was a good show.
Come on,
and then
DK.
Deanna's first show with us. Yeah.
That's all right. That was where I was going. So my first show with the guys, we played at in Gary, Indiana. Was that we're playing there on Saturday.
We're playing there
tomorrow. Yeah.
Down there
that was
tomorrow.
my first show with the guys. It was in Gary, Indiana, and I forgot my bass. And then the next day, we had to drive like 45 minutes out of the way to go get my guitar. I literally left my guitar at the venue on my first show.
Oh shit.
That's one of the many. I have many more, but that's probably the one that
you forgot how we got toasted for 7 hours watching a Rastafarian band next to the venue all afternoon.
Yeah,
that's right.
It was cool, and then not so cool later. Someone got a little too messed up to function.
So
I was going to use the Culver story.
Oh, Sean joined. Hey, Sean, can you hear us?
What's up? Can you hear me?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we can hear you.
Good to see you, man.
Oh yeah.
Oh, hey.
What's up, man?
What's happening?
Not a whole lot. Just worked all day and chilling.
Cool.
My man. All right.
All right.
Art was about to tell us one of his most memorable moments with.
Well,
The rest
I
of
was
these
going to use
people.
Culver's, but you took it.
Oh, sorry. We got to work these things out, right?
We got to
No,
coordinate.
mine was like, I had ankle surgery like 3 years ago, and 2 weeks off it, we played, where were we playing Pontiac? The Crowfoot, and I think it was a Suffocation, and I was playing it.
That was
Morbid
the
Angel.
Morbid Angel
Oh,
show. I
Morbid
think.
Angel, yeah. I was on a lot
Yeah.
of drugs. Yeah, so,
Suffocation was there too, I think, and
Yeah.
Revocation.
and Rev, yeah. Anyway, so my biggest memory about that show was I had to play in a walking scooter because couldn't put no weight on my ankle, and I thought it was gonna be a terrible show, and everyone like actually dug it, so that was cool.
Yeah.
That
Art
was
was
metal as
bouncing
shit,
around
yeah.
on stage with that little scooter, and I was like kicking it, and he was getting pissed and shit. He's
I think Will's like, do a wheelie on it, man. I'm like, shut up, bitch. You can't even fucking walk. You don't do a wheelie.
Do some trick.
Nice.
It was so metal. It was so metal.
That is. Well,
Yeah,
yeah.
that was metal.
A scooter in metal. Yeah. Hell yeah.
Totally.
Sean, since you joined, curious when did you become a fan of Hate Unbound and how?
I think they opened for, was it Obituary in
Ooh.
Toledo?
Oh,
Was
yeah.
that 2 years ago?
oh yes, it was.
That was good.
Seen them then, and every time they came back to town, I kept seeing them. So
Thank you, dude.
Nice.
That
Awesome.
was cool. of you.
And
Did you go to the obituary show at the Pike Room with us?
no.
The
That's-
beginning of
that's the
COVID
best.
party.
that's right.
We're responsible, single-handedly responsible for the
Yeah,
rise in
we brought
cases
COVID to
in
Michigan. Yeah.
Yeah.
We do.
So part of what we do, is with fans with bands, is break it out so that the fans can ask some questions. So, Sean or Mike, do you guys have questions for the band?
After you, Sean.
My man.
Didn't really have any prepared. Didn't know what it was all about.
Neither did we.
We're not prepared either, bro.
You guys writing any new music or anything? I need to have the new album come out. Working on any new music at all, or
Constantly.
Constantly.
constantly? Hell yeah.
Yeah, but it's kind of like spaghetti. Like most of it sucks, so we're looking for those gems.
Right.
What we have is
Yeah,
like
and-
70% finished songs.
And everything's titled
Yeah,
new song,
yeah.
right?
Everything
Yeah.
on Dropbox,
You
new
don't-
song,
you
newer
don't-
song, fast
Yeah.
one, faster one.
One thing we've been doing with the new tune. Sorry. The one thing we're trying to do with the new, well, we're not trying, it's just unintentional. It's like all the new stuff seems to be really fast for, at least for us. We've always kind of been known as like the slow groove death thing. And now we're like, hey, how about we do something, so the new songs will be a nice contrast from like this new album too, I think. So,
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Cool. Mike, you
And
got
it's not even fueled by cocaine, so it's just
Damn it, you took my cocaine joke.
Damn
Damn it.
Mike, you got any questions?
Let's see. So how do you guys manage touring and shit like that with obviously you guys have families and whatnot too, and you guys have been able to stick together for a long time. So how do you guys I don't know, how do you manage that, I guess?
Get a bribe our
Tough
wives.
but- Yeah, right.
Yeah, I mean, any travel, like with I was in a band. It's hard enough doing even a local show because you're not just gone for an hour. And Deli, you guys all know this. It's like, man, you're gone for like most of any night when you play any show. So travel is like exacerbates that. And I don't know. I think if my wife gets loud with me, I'd throw a beating on her, and that'd be the end of it. So.
Mrs. Mitchell will whoop your ass.
I know she's in the other room going, yeah, right.
She's laughing her ass off. Okay.
This motherfucker.
It's a balance. It's a hard. But I try to personally. What I try to do is I try to bank a shit ton of good points when I'm not out playing. So like, when I'm not playing, I'm at home doing what I'm supposed to be doing. So that when I do go out, I'm not. It's not like you're just always at shows and you don't do shit.
Right.
So
and you're
it's a
playing like 10
balancing
bands
act
too, so that's probably not easy, right?
Yeah. Plus, my girlfriend doesn't always mind when I'm gone for a while. I get on her nerves most times, so that helps.
Very nice.
The real tricky part is like Will has this ridiculous work schedule. I don't know how he gets time off because otherwise he works like 80 hours a week or something ridiculous. So I think he just banks up the
Our
time.
next show is in his parking lot. We're playing the Speedway by the air. We're playing the Speedway by the airport on Halloween.
That's right. It's a live stream. So, kind of going back in time, like, what is your guys's? What was the first album that you bought with your own money? And we'll start with Deanna.
My first album I bought?
Yep, with your own money.
My first album with my own money was Iron Maiden.
Which one?
It was Thrillers. Killers, I'm sorry.
Thrillers.
No, it was Killers. It was Iron Maiden Killers.
Awesome.
And I love that album.
Yeah.
And the first song I learned, one of the first songs I had to learn on bass was Wrathchild. That was a huge R&B.
Nice. That's a good one. It's got the cool bass in Steve Harris, the master.
It took forever to learn that in the beginning when I was a beginner, but I was bound to determined.
It's pretty aggressive finger style, isn't it? Yeah.
It's intense. Very intense.
Very intense.
All right. Daryl, how about you?
It's foot peeing again.
No, that's not me. That's not me.
Mine would have been, so if you guys remember, like, there used to be those record clubs, Columbia House.
Yeah.
I remember Columbia House.
I hosted them a bunch of times.
They'd give you like 2,000 cassette tapes for like $1.99 or something.
Yeah.
For a penny.
And then you'd be on the hook to buy, a million more for like, ridiculous prices. So that was my first venture, and it was like, I think the most memorable stuff I got on that, and I got it all at the same time because I never got like any kind of album before. I was just a radio kid.
Right.
It was like old metal. It was like Scorpions and Judas Priest and stuff like that. So it would have been like Scorpions Blackout. I don't remember the Judas Priest, even though that's probably my favorite band of all time. Maybe? Yeah, that seems to be popping out in my head. And there's been a few cocktails since then, so I'm having trouble remembering. So, and then I got a bunch of just generic rock from that point, like AC/DC was a big one on that list. And so, but the one that stood out to me was like I loved Scorpions Blackout.
Yeah.
And then it kind of went from there, from hair metal, if you can call them that.
Yeah, I mean, there's a foray into the hair metal, for everybody. I think you couldn't avoid it for a while.
I hope so.
Yeah. So, Art, how about you?
And I don't even want to say what my first album was.
Come on now.
Go ahead, dude.
I gotta know.
I can't remember.
It can't be any worse than mine. It can't be any worse than mine, Art.
Yeah, probably is.
We'll get to you, Deli.
Yeah.
The first one I actually paid for with my own money was The Offspring, and it was the album with Gotta Keep Them Separated on it. I can't remember the name of the album, but it was that album.
Oh shit. Yeah.
So that was my first one. Yeah.
Yeah, that is embarrassing.
Yeah.
Thank you,
that record was called We're Not Green Day.
I had Green Day too. I remember that. I did.
So, Foot, how about you?
My first record I bought with my own money was Bon Jovi's "Slippery When Wet."
Oh yeah.
And it wasn't hard to learn any of it, and I still owe Columbia House $22,000.
Me too, man.
I
had 5 fake accounts of people that school with that are probably still getting collection notices.
Yeah. My mom had to take out a second mortgage because I kept using her name on them. I was into a lot of the hair metal. I thought Vince Neil and Bret Michaels were the same dude because you never saw them in the same place at the same time. And it wasn't until I was in my mid-20s till I discovered real metal. So I was a late bloomer.
True story. When I saw that first cover of that first Poison album, when they're all dolled up with the makeup,
yeah.
my cousin showed it to me. I go, "Damn, man, those chicks are hot." And my cousin goes, "Wait." He's like, "Brace yourselves. These are guys." I was like, yeah. It was like,
yeah. Or the dudes in Striper.
oh yeah, they were pretty.
Yeah,
they still are.
Yeah, they still are. Yeah,
and Sebastian Bach too.
Yeah. Well, he's not aged well. I mean, well, no offense, but
no,
I haven't either.
No.
All right, you guys aren't exempt. So starting with you, Chuck, what was your first album?
My first album that I bought with my own money, it was Elton John's "Goodbye Yellow Brick Road."
Oh yes, I love old.
Awesome album.
That's
awesome
great.
album.
Yeah. Damn, that killed all our records.
Best.
All right,
that's the best one.
You're up next, man. Let's hear it.
Me? Oh shit. 1979. Because I'm an old fart. I bought. I mean, of course, this is not metal, but it was ELO's Discovery.
Yeah, that's a good album.
Yeah.
I know everyone shits on that because it's like their disco album, but I really like that. Yeah. Don't break me down. And,
it's a great Bruce. Fuck yeah.
Dude, he was such a great songwriter, man.
I don't know if this qualifies as metal, and it's going to sound trendy, but it's the absolute truth. The first hard rock / metal album I bought was about a year later, which was Van Halen's "Women and Children First."
Fuck yeah, that's a great album.
Nice,
perfect.
Which I still got in cassette form up in my room somewhere.
Yeah. Is Tora 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 on there? Yeah.
Yes, that's on the starts off side 2.
Yeah,
I believe.
Take Your Whiskey Home.
Yeah. I love that song.
Of course, the best one was a year later, which was Fair Warning, the best Van Halen album ever, I think. But besides the first one,
right? For me, it was Van Halen too. But yeah,
that was a good one. I always liked Fair Warning the best because it was weirder.
Yeah, it definitely was weird.
All right, Mike, you're up, man. What was your first one you bought?
Oh boy, so I didn't get into music till probably about kind of late middle schoolish. So we took a field trip to Washington D.C. and there was able to get a what was it, the first parental advisory CD I was able to buy, and it was Fred what was it, Limp Bizkit's Chocolate Starfish.
Yep.
Nice.
That was your first album?
The first one. Yeah, the one I actually bought myself. Yeah.
Oh, cool. He bought it. I'm sure he had it.
Yeah. But the first album I've ever received was TLC's Crazy Sexy Cool.
What about your friend?
Cultured, man.
Right.
That's right.
Wow. That's fucking awesome.
Yep.
That's so cool.
But I do like metal, believe it or not.
Nice to believe it or not. I think we should cover TLC, man. Do a death metal version of Ain't Too Proud of Bed.
You gotta do waterfalls.
You just want to hear the rap part. Yeah. I seen a rainbow yesterday.
Go, Johnson.
No,
Art's got to do waterfalls.
I can do the whole rap, dude. It's no joke.
Do Paint It Black by the Stones, and we changed it into an extreme metal song. Well, not extreme, blast beats, but extremely heavy death metal song. It was great. So I love taking old songs and kind of restructuring them and stuff for that stuff.
Yeah, there's definitely some old tunes that definitely can be I mean, they're heavy when they were made, and they can just get cranked up and throw some double bass and angry guitars, and you're good to go.
I also had Into the Blue by Debbie Gibson.
Oh, nice.
Oh,
very nice.
Don't lie. You had the album. Don't lie.
Dude, those chicks came out right when I was going through puberty. So.
Oh boy, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't care what anybody says. Deborah Gibson is definitely fat-worthy.
Yeah,
indeed. I agree with that. No, 100%.
Still, man.
I was gonna say.
I'm sorry, Deanna. I'm sorry. I'm probably going to hell for saying that in the presence of a lady, but I'm sorry. Deborah Gibson is fat-worthy.
Which lady? Art?
No, Melinda joined too. So
Oh, oops.
Oh, then we have a lady.
Fuck off.
Yeah, we're not going to be PC here either.
There we go.
Good luck to you.
That's right. Cheers.
We'll all be going to church Sunday.
Yeah.
I haven't gone to mass in so long because I'm afraid the moment I do, I'm going to burst into flames.
Right.
So sticking with the nostalgia theme, what was your first concert that you went to? Daryl.
This is terrible. I don't remember my first concert.
What was the second one?
Well, the first one was like what, not really like a big band that I wanted to go see. So it was like at high schools. There's this band used to call Free Fair. They'd come around and tour like the country, play shows, and
they came to my high school, man.
Yeah,
fucking 86.
My buddy dragged me to it, and they did all these, pop covers and like not really hard rock, kind of edgy rock, and but then I thought it was okay, and then like they stop and start preaching to you. Like, whoa, man. And that's why I never forgot that one. That was literally the first time I went and saw like live music,
Nice.
And there's been like a million shows after that. So,
well, what was the first one you wanted to go to then? That you went to?
Oh boy, that would have been something at the original Blondies on 7.
Yeah.
So I am thinking that was probably, I don't remember. I think it was actually the Exodus show there when they came in. Many, many, many moons ago.
Wow.
Yeah, that was pretty crazy. It was sold out. That tiny. If you remember the original Blondie.
Oh yeah.
It was tiny, so it was like asses to elbows in there, and
yeah.
That's the first one I wanted to go. I think I stole the money to go to that too, actually. So
nice. Art, how about you, man? What was your first show?
Oh man, my first show is Air Supply. Me and my mom went to it.
Fucking awesome.
Was that huge?
Yeah.
I imagine it was huge.
No shame in that.
Oh man, I mean it was at DTE, and I'm pretty sure she got free tickets.
Wow.
Really? Wow.
Damn.
Or whatever it was before it was DTE.
Pine Knob.
Was it called? Yeah, it was Pine Knob then.
Yep.
Was she ripping off her panties and shit?
Oh, man. Had a brother shortly after. I don't know how.
Looks just like their singer.
Looks just like the singer.
Oh. So, Foot, how about you, man? What was your first show?
In terms of first seeing live music, my parents used to take me to the downtown Hoedown a lot when I was like 9. So I got to see like Lori Morgan and shit like that. But my first big concert that I went to was when I was 15 or 16. It's blurry. I saw the Use Your Illusion tour, Guns N' Roses, with Metallica and Faith No More at Pontiac Silverdome.
Holy shit.
And this was like 2 weeks after the St. Louis bullshit happened.
Oh, yeah.
So me and my friend had floor tickets, and Axl walked off the stage again. And I was like, dude, you know what happened 2 weeks ago? We're all going to fucking die. It's just me and him and like 10,000 biker looking dudes. I thought we were never going to make it out of there. But it was a great Axl came back out, whined for a half an hour, and finished the show. It was a Metallica kicked ass. So it's when they had hair and balls and hairy balls.
Hair balls.
Was that with Newstead? Was he in the band then, I think?
Yep.
Nice.
That's when Lars had like big drums that can't just fit in my garage. Unlike what he's been using for like the last 15 years.
Right.
But it was a fantastic first experience.
Yeah, hell yeah. So Deanna, how about you?
When I was 10, the first show I went to was Styx and Pat Benatar.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Nice.
I love Pat Benatar.
Was Dennis Young in the band, or was it the other guy?
What's that?
Oh, Styx.
Was it old Styx with Dennis DeYoung, or was it
awesome. That's the only real Styx, man.
Amazing.
Yeah.
I agree. Totally agree.
Very nice. Deli, how about you?
Hey, Stewie.
Oh, Stewie left.
Oh, we lost Stewie.
Oh, he was just on. I'm the curse. I got to shut up. All right, Dad.
The first concert I ever saw was back home in Grand Rapids around 1982. I don't know if you guys remember the Mandrell Sisters. It was a country hoedown that they.
Yeah, the Mandrells, Barbara and Louise.
Yeah, it was the Mandrell Sisters were doing a show up there, and I actually got to meet Louise afterwards, which was
Nice.
Really cool for a 10-year-old
Yeah, hell
boy.
yeah.
So,
It's super cool.
Yeah.
so, but the first rock show I ever saw was Joe Satriani in 1990.
Satch.
Yep, that was. We're getting the chat here.
Yeah, that guy. Yeah, he was my idol for a while. It still is. I mean, but I just don't listen to him.
I still got a handwritten letter from him around that time too, because I was big into Surfing with the Alien, and it was right after Flying in a Blue Dream came out.
Yeah, Surfing the Alien was awesome. I love that album.
That's when I realized I'd never be able to play guitar anywhere close to that. So I was like, well, I'm just gonna have to make my way through.
Yeah, I kept trying, but it never happened. But you know. No.
Oh, this is gonna be good.
So Mike, how about you, man?
This is, and I just want to prove that I'm metal as hell still before what I say. So it gets worse. So the first concert I've ever gone to was Creed.
Creed. I saw.
You know what?
Hell yeah.
Where at?
Yep. It was at the Palace.
Nice.
So, yeah.
That was probably a
That's
chick
great.
fest, though, wasn't it? I would expect it to be a chick.
But that's not why I went. I love Mark Tremonti. Even still to this day, though, I love Mark Tremonti's playing.
He's actually a legit metalhead.
He is
even
legit.
though he plays
Yeah.
other
Like-
stuff.
Alter Bridge
Like,
kicks
you see what I
ass,
got-
dude.
see what I got over here, right?
What's that?
You see what I got over here, right? If I'm not a Toronto fanboy, I don't know what proves it.
Oh, the MT-15.
Oh, yeah, right.
Yep.
Hell yeah.
His amp is
Better
guitar.
riffs.
I mean,
Tremonti's got a new solo record coming out, I think, soon.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm actually looking forward to that. I don't know. I've always dug his playing. And I as shitty as it sounds, I kind of still like Creed a little bit, but I don't know.
Yeah.
the first time was
Got to get over the vocalist.
Yeah,
Exactly,
there's nothing really wrong with Creed. I mean, they had some good stuff. It's a little,
the first album was
yeah.
Yeah.
Weathered was good. Weathered was pretty good. It had Say I on it, which was good. What If was really good.
Bullets.
Yeah.
Bullets was
They're like decent
Bullets was a
songwriters.
great song,
They're
yeah.
not like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're like not that typical cookie cutter cock rock stuff. They're not like the nickel.
Like Saving Hinder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
David Hidden.
So
3 Days Saving
I
Hinder.
need my man card back.
Theory of a Hinder.
No, it's cool.
so Stewie,
you,
can you hear us, man?
Yeah, I hear you.
All
there
right.
he is. What's up?
Oh,
Hey.
thanks.
Hey, Stewie.
Hey, babe.
Melinda.
Yeah.
Hey.
Howdy.
Hey.
Hey, what's going on?
Not much. Getting ready to crack me a beer here.
Nice.
All right.
So let's get both of your guys' stories.
Cheers.
So we'll start with Stewie. How did you become a fan of Hate Unbound?
Oh, since they first came out, I remember Art was with Circle. God, I can't think of
Sorted Circle.
Sorted
Circle.
Circle. Yeah,
Circle.
Sorted
Still
Circle.
got
Yeah.
that shirt. Probably that's the only shirt that still fits me.
All right.
Yeah, I saw Hate Unbound play for the first time at Hot Rocks.
Oh, cool.
Oh wow.
I believe it was Hot
Oh.
Rocks or the Detroit Pub. It's one of those two. And
It probably was the pub, man.
it blew me
Yeah.
away. I just loved it, and I've been a fan ever since.
Yeah, the Detroit pub. Yeah.
Yep.
Crazy.
I missed the Detroit Pub. That was a great venue.
Yeah,
It was a good venue.
That was.
So Melinda, when did you become a fan?
I just became a fan. I'm new.
New. Awesome.
I'm a summer.
Yay.
Yeah, I am.
Cool.
I've
She's
been
like-
in Florida for a while, so
Melinda's like, I'm not a fan of that garbage. So.
I love you guys, actually. Yes, I have you on my MP3 and everything. I'll be listening to you all the way to California when I go.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
And it was nice to meet you the other night, finally. So
Yeah,
that
you
was
too.
cool.
Yeah, I actually grew up in the same city the drummer lives in. I'm not good with names, sorry.
But
Foot?
it's all right.
We call him Foot.
Yeah.
I've only
'cause he
been
stinks
hanging
like a
out.
foot.
I've only been hanging out with Melinda for the last 2 weekends. Why would she remember me?
I'll go with names, sorry.
It's all right.
Alcohol might be a factor.
Yeah.
Right. So if
That's-
so
That's metal.
yeah, that is metal. So Hate Unbound, folks, if you guys could be like on tour with any band, what would that be? And
Obituary.
Obituary, yeah, I'll say that too.
Obituary, yeah.
I love these guys, man. They're sweet.
Jungle Rat.
That too. That's a good
Love
one too.
them
That'd be
too,
just a good
yeah.
lineup right there.
Jungle Rat's our boys, man.
Yeah, so's Obituary.
Yeah. Great fit. Great bunch of people. Both
Jungle
bands
Rat,
have just the
Obituary.
coolest dudes.
Yeah. Did you guys play with Jungle Rat? I think you did.
Yeah.
A few times.
Bands we played with multiple times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They like come around like after a year and still recognize all of us. It's pretty awesome.
Yeah. Awesome.
And not just like, oh, hey, and pretending to know you and shit. They genuinely remember playing with us every time.
The first time I came to see you guys was you were with Jungle Rat at the Token.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Oh, the Token.
Yeah.
That's right.
Oh, yeah.
That's the first time I saw you guys play.
Those guys smoke live, man. Them and Havoc are really good too.
Oh yeah, and I want to say that I'm trying to remember when I saw Jungle Rot because it might have been the show you guys played on, or it might have been with Havoc, but I can't remember now.
Oh, we played with them at Havoc at Lansing, the Loft. So if you were out at that one,
yep, that's the one.
It was like a couple of summers ago.
Yep.
I think the Ottawa Tavern we played with both of them too.
Yeah.
Did Havoc play that?
Pretty sure.
Played at the Loft. Yeah.
Oh,
That was a
I think
fucking
you're right.
great show.
Yeah, it was. And I remember the bass player, he wasn't the bass player then for Snafu. And I can't remember his name, so sorry, dude. But he's a really big dude, you know, and he's down in the pit and I've got the camera, you know, and fucking just comes in and like, you know, like this. And I go flying over, you know, and he's like, he comes over and grabs me like, man, I'm sorry, you know, like he's holding on to me. So then I was like, I'm going to use this guy as a block, you know, for fucking pits going around. It's like, yeah, this is perfect. I have an island.
I use Thomas for that. I use big old Thomas for that shit.
Oh yeah. Yes. Yeah.
Thomas is a walking wall.
So if there was
that was cool to see him on Saturday.
Yeah, real cool.
Yeah.
So if there's a particular city that you guys would like to play in that you haven't yet, what would that be?
Anywhere west. Like out of Michigan?
Yeah.
That's funny. I was just going to say anything on the East Coast would be fun.
I was thinking East Coast as well, except for like New York City, because I hate the big cities like Chicago and New York City. There's shit for bands. Bands with a trailer and parking those places are just god awful. And but like, you know, areas around there, yeah, I'm cool with that. Definitely not St. Louis because everyone gets robbed there. Their shit stolen.
Right. Yeah, it is kind of notorious, isn't it?
It's terribly notorious. It's like,
yeah.
I'd like to get down to Texas. It seems like Texas would be pretty live.
I want to play Nashville. We never got to play Nashville on that last tour. That'd be cool.
Oh,
that'd
right.
be kind of cool.
Yep. Nashville is a fun town.
Yep.
Super fun. So,
one day
Melinda,
I'll survive this year.
Melinda, do you have any questions you want to ask the folks in Hate Unbound?
Not really. I'm listening, trying to learn you guys.
And that's okay.
No, yeah, no problem. The whole thing with Fans with Bands is to try to, you know, give you guys an opportunity just besides me asking questions to let the fans, you know, ask shit.
Sure.
So if you want to, it's cool. If you don't, totally cool too. Stewie, how about you, man?
Oh man, as long as they keep playing the good jams for the pit to start kicking in and everybody having a good time. That's what it's all about.
There you go.
Damn right it is. Yeah. Damn right. And thank you for having pants on, by the way.
That's
Right.
Pants are overrated.
Pants.
Pants, who needs them?
Pants are metal. Come on.
Pants are for pussies.
He's not in his blue boxers.
Oh Lord.
Pants.
Well, all you need is that little guy Lonnie to come do his air guitar when you guys playing.
Oh, for sure.
Right.
Lonnie shreds his imaginary instrument.
Yes, yes, he can.
And I love it because he's having fun, man, when he's doing it, dude.
That's right.
If that dude takes up,
good.
if he takes up air drums, I'm out of a fucking job.
Hey, he actually went to class for air drumming. It's a exercise they do. Yeah, I swear to God.
He's a professional.
That got me.
What do they charge for that?
That got me. Yeah. Who's the professor? Who teaches such a course? Phil Rudd, probably.
Maybe he'll start doing like a YouTube course on air guitar and air drumming.
Oh, don't get him in.
Be like Prince. He can play 29 air
I ain't
instruments.
saying anything.
Oh no.
Shit.
I can play the air maracas in my pants all the time.
Oh Lord. Well, guys, I thank you so much for being on with me, and I've got one more question for everyone, and that is, if you could go anywhere, I mean, because travel right now kind of sucks. It's hard to go. I don't think we can even leave the country, but if we could, or in the United States, you don't have to go outside the U.S. Where would you go? Where would you like to go? And that could be like for a week, a month, a year, whatever you want. But anywhere in the world, where would you go? Start with Foot.
Amsterdam, probably. If I could spend an extent. I mean, what trouble could I get into there?
Right.
It seems like a totally safe and reasonable place for me to be.
Nice. Daryl.
Are we talking like personally or like what we musically?
Well, so it could be either. So anywhere in the world you'd like to play and or personally go to.
Oh, like personally, I'd like to just go to Venice because I've never been and I wanted to. And now that, I have a lot more free time, unfortunately, the world doesn't agree with me. So they don't want our infected asses over there. So, so that's not going to happen. Musically, I think I would love to spend a little time like in Germany.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Because I'm a huge fan of like the old German thrash stuff, like Sodom, Creator.
Destruction.
There's others. Yeah, Destruction. There's a ton of others that I just love. I think Holy Moses were from there as well.
Yeah,
just some amazing bands. But I don't know if they actually have a scene anymore in any of those cities.
Right.
So
Well,
I assume they do.
They have Wacken, right? So that's kind of cool.
Yeah, yeah. I've tried for the last 2 years they had it to get ticks, but they sell out so fast.
I know.
It's like, man.
Yeah,
it's like I'm glad it's doing amazing, but that'd be another personal thing I would like to do. Like I said, I've been trying to get tickets and it just can't make it work out, unfortunately. So
cool.
One of these years when COVID's done. So
there you go. Cool. Deli, how about you, man?
Oh gosh. I guess I've always wanted to go see the like the Caribbean, like Barbados, Bar-hamas, Bar-hamas, Bahamas,
Bar-hamas,
Barbados, together. I think we're traveling really.
Cool.
Just the idea of walking onto a beach, grabbing a coconut, and just anywhere tropical that I'll take mosquitoes and hurricanes over what we're about to face in the next couple months any day. Maybe it's just my old age or whatever, but just somewhere tropical. Cool. Really
nice.
Deanna.
To visit right now, I would pick Ireland. It just looks beautiful to me. It's
yeah.
Like from my childhood, I always wanted to do. But musically, I agree with Daryl. Germany is where I'd love to play.
Yeah, Germany would be awesome. When you guys do end up hooking up that show in Germany, please bring me along. I'd be happy to be the photographer.
Oh yeah, press pass all day.
All right, Art, how about you?
I would love to go to Portugal. That's what me and the wife been really talking about that.
That would be fantastic.
The climate there is amazing.
Yeah.
I hate Michigan winters, and we got one coming up, and it's gonna be miserable.
Sounds awesome.
But for music, I like a lot of the Swedish bands, so I wouldn't mind going that way.
Hell yeah.
checking out that scene because I think they're still growing and
Yeah.
they have a big scene going on.
Yeah, I would like to go to Gothenburg just to go find the dudes and at the gates and hug on them.
From 6 feet away.
Right.
Right. Wave.
Yeah. Stewie, how about you, man?
I have to say Germany. A lot of the
Awesome.
metal bands I love is from Germany.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
Good shit.
And Melinda, how about you?
I would like to go to California, which I'm going next week. I like
Oh.
to see a lot of the bands out there. Yeah, Death
Fantastic.
Angel and.
Where are you going?
Around San Francisco.
Ooh, north.
And
Yeah.
so I like to
That's-
check out the bands out there. I'm going to visit X Method.
Wow.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
X
Is that-
Method.
I'm-
They're in Cali. Yeah, they're in the top 10.
I'm a
out
huge-
there. Yeah.
I'm a huge Northern California fan, and if I could just convince my wife to move out there, and that and the cost of living
Yeah.
is the only thing.
Yeah.
And now it seems more people are moving
Cigarettes.
out of California. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a huge exodus of people with money that are leaving California because they're paying like 54% of their income to taxes and having to hurdle over piles of homeless people just to get to their houses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They have a poop patrol in California. Did you know that?
Then
What's
what?
It's called the poop patrol that just cleans up the shit after
Oh fuck.
the homeless.
No,
That's
no.
That's crazy.
Some
But
fast money.
Well,
San
I'll
Francisco
take pictures
area-
and I'll send it.
Yeah. So if you get a chance, you should go over to Marin. It's basically across the Golden State Bridge. This beautiful country out there. There's super cool trails. If you like mountain biking, that will kick your ass too, because it's fucking awesome out there. But
All right.
Oh.
Yeah.
I have to write that down.
Marin?
Yeah.
Thank you.
yeah, it's awesome. So guys, thanks again for joining. Thanks again for the music fans. Thank you so much for joining, because that's what makes us the Fans with Bands roll. So
Thanks for hooking this up, brother. I appreciate
Thank
it.
Yeah.
you, Chuck.
Thanks to everybody
Thanks,
that
man.
joined, and
cool. Cheers, guys.
Thanks
Have-
for everything,
Awesome.
Chuck. You're always
Orange
cool to
out.
us, dude.
Orange
Have some
out,
great-
motherfuckers.
That's
Cheers.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers.
Cheers.
All right. Thanks again to Foot, Art, Daryl, and Deanna from Hate Unbound, and fans Mike, Sean, Deli, Stewie, and Melinda for joining me on this episode of Fans with Bands. Go check out Darkness Becomes All by Hate Unbound. It's a brutal album that any metal fan will love. See the show notes for all the details and links. Thank you all so much for listening. Be sure to hit subscribe on your favorite podcast service to get each and every episode of Fans with Bands. Spread the word by rating the show and leaving a comment. We want to hear what you think. You can keep in touch by following us on social media. This has been a Life in Michigan production. Until next time, be well and kick out the jams.